Hey YouTube, how is it going, guys? Well, as promised, I am back. I am doing my final review of the Autumn Glow collection from Scented Flame. In my previous video, if you haven't seen that one yet, check it out. I gave my first impression out of the bottle of this collection of 8 new fragrance oils, and I have put them in wax. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So first of all, how fun is this shirt? Carrie with Couture Home and Body now sells these. You can get them on her website. I'll link it below. What a fun vibe. First of all, what a cool theme. She has been screaming this out the whole year. It is so true. When you get these fragrance oils, you should put them in wax because sometimes what you get out of the bottle is not even close to what you get when they're in wax. So we're going to talk about that today. But first of all, let me introduce myself if you are new on the channel. My name is Jessica, and I'm the owner and doer of all the things for Round Town Candle Co. And yes, put this stuff in wax. So here's the deal. You don't have to put every single fragrance oil that you get, all the samples, you don't have to put them into jars and make them into candles. That's like a huge expense. That's a lot of jars, a lot of candles. But it's super simple to make wax melts. And so wax melts are very, very affordable to make, very easy to make. If you have right there, you can see it, the little kind of single serve, I call it, the little 2-auto melter. I'll link that as well. But if you have that, it's perfect for measuring out your wax and fragrance, and you can do single pour rather than having to heat up an entire pitcher. So another thing is I have what I call my good wax melt clamshells that I get from Candle Science. And those are the ones that I sell in my store and online. I have bought some off of Amazon that are a bit of a lesser quality. And what I mean by that is they're still the same size, they still work, but the plastic of the container is not quite as good as the ones that I sell in my store. So they're cheap and they're super perfect for using for making samples. So it's very easy to do that. And then what's also great about it is if you try one of your melts and you absolutely hate it, you have 5 melts left. Like, you can give them away, you can do whatever, blend them with other scents to see, if you get something that maybe, oh, if I put this one and this one together, maybe this will work, so play around with them. But just a real easy way to test out your fragrances. So I have notes in front of me that I'll be referring to, so I'm sure I'll be looking up and down. But I want to talk about these 8 fragrances and how I felt like they did in wax. So let's jump in. And these are in no particular order. The first one is pumpkin apple butter. If you watched my previous video, you know that to me, I was super excited when I smelled that one because pumpkin apple butter, that's like fall, right? I mean, that's just fall in a fragrance. So, and it was. The apple, cinnamon, pumpkin were amazing, but I felt like the pear really freshened it up. So it wasn't like your typical real spicy like apple cinnamon. It was really nicely brightened up with that pear. I really enjoyed it, and I give it a 4 out of 5 on the hot throw. It was pretty fantastic. So the next one is Spicewood Lodge, and my notes on this one are the crispness and freshness were really there. And then you got that woodsiness and it wasn't too spicy. So I guess imagine if you're in like a rustic cabin and you have that, in the woods, and you get that woodsy kind of cabin sort of musky smell. But then you step outside and it's a really cool crisp air and you breathe that in. Yeah, put those two together. That's Spicewood Lodge. I absolutely loved it, and I gave it a 5 out of 5. Next, Amber Maple Toddy. So this one I fell in love with out of the bottle. Guess what? I still love it in wax. It is so good. The whiskey, the maple, the amber, it is fall. It's boozy and cozy and so fantastic. I immediately purchased it in a larger bottle and added it to my fall line. Love it. 5 out of 5. All right, next is Hollowed Gourd. This one was so unique. The earthiness. I mean, when you smell out of the bottle, it was very earthy and soil and just that earthy. I mean, that's just what it is. On the melter, I started to pick up on the spices. I started to pick up on the cinnamon and the clove and kind of that muskiness, but then you still have the earthiness. So it was almost like you were pumpkin picking, you know? I mean, you get kind of just that, you have that sort of fall composition over there, but then you throw in this real earthy feel to it. And it was really unique. I really like it. And I feel like there's a definite audience for that scent. That one I gave a 4 out of 5. All right, next was the Autumn Cashmere Creme. I don't fall off my chair. This one I picked up on coconut, cocoa butter, musk. I don't love it. The fragrance itself is good. The hot throw is good. So if that is what you or your customers are looking for, it's a definite good option. I just don't like that scent. So that's just my opinion. 4 out of 5 on that one. Mystic Orchard. This one to me was softer and it didn't really feel like fall. I am a traditional fall, cozy up, give me the warm, give me the spicy, give me the boozy, give me the bakery. Like I'm very fall, you know, forward in that way. So this one to me, I just didn't feel that fall vibe. And then I think there was like maybe the coriander or something that was just not, I don't love. 3 out of 5 on Mystic Orchard. All right, number 7, Raven's Ember. So this one, brightness of the fruit. You pick up on that brightness, then you get the spiciness of the cinnamon and clove, and then you have the earthiness of the amber and patchouli. So this one to me, my notes down here were unique and mysterious. I really like it. It's definitely different. This one you could for sure take like a spooky season kind of a, if you're looking for a spooky candle, I feel like this one would be it. It was really good and 4 out of 5 on the hot throw. All right, last one. We're cruising through these, you guys. The last one is Bananas Foster Reserve. If you watched my out of the bottle first impression, then you know that this one was like an absolute no-go for me. Out of the bottle, it is like you might as well just close your eyes and you have a banana in your face. That's all I could smell was just this banana. And I don't want my house to smell like I have bananas laying around. Like it's just, okay, my opinion. I didn't want to put it into wax melts and melt it down because I don't want my home to smell like a banana. But I don't feel like it's fair to purchase a collection and review the collection, but not review the whole collection. So to be fair, I put it in wax, I put it on the melter, and I tested it as though I did every other one that I had. And I will tell you, this was by far the biggest surprise I've ever had in my candle making 3-year, 4-year journey. 3 years in business. You guys, it's 3 years today. Oh, that's funny. Okay, 3 years. But even prior to that with testing, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, I loved this one so much. I mean, I would have bet everything I had on it that I would have hated it. I would have shut the melter off as soon as it melted down. I would have scooped it out of there and we'd have been done. It was so good. This is why. There's caramel. There's this nuttiness of the toasted almonds or toasted walnuts. Um, and then you have this like bourbon and vanilla, and then you get this slightest little kiss of banana. Unreal. I don't even understand how that's physically possible to go from smelling like nothing but a straight banana to me out of the bottle to this gorgeous scent. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, so, so good. So good. I told Carrie, I still tell her. I like every time I talk about this scent, I'm just like, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. It's so good. But listen, this is the point of the put it in wax. You don't know. You can smell something out of the bottle that you love. You get it into wax, and suddenly you're like, oh, okay, well, it's not that great. Or vice versa. You have one where you were like, I am not making my house smell like bananas. And then all of a sudden you put it in wax, and guess what? Your house smells freaking amazing. So let me tell you this. Usually what I do when I'm testing these wax melts is I will do 1 cube and I will let it go for a few days, you know, at least a full 24, 48 hours. This one, I actually stopped on it and I ended up putting in a 2nd cube. And then the following week I put in more. Like, it's that good. I wish it was in my lineup. I don't know what I would call it though. I don't think I would call it banana, any, like bananas Foster Reserve or banana whatever, because to me, I just feel like that could scare too many people because it scared me, and out of the bottle scared me. But oh my gosh. So, all right. If any of you have purchased this collection and have tested these out, please let me know what you think. Or if you've purchased just bananas Foster Reserve on its own, please let me know what you think. I am absolutely stunned by this. What a revelation. So, to Carrie, thank you so much for the awesome shirt for one. Love this so much. But yeah, for this theme, this vibe, this whole thing of giving it a chance, buying these fragrances, putting them in wax, and seeing what happens. So I hope you guys will do the same. And like I said, then you have these great little cubes. You can pair them up with other scents, and there is your, when you're testing your different 50-50, or if you've got a big melter, you could do 2 of one and 1 of another, or what, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, just a really good idea and a really great way to give these fragrances the chance that they deserve. So that is my final thoughts on the Autumn Glow collection. I love Scented Flame. I love these scents. And like I said, even the ones that I didn't want to use or weren't really my favorite, they're still really good quality scents. It's just that those particular fragrances aren't my jam. So that's it, guys. If you're not already subscribed, it would be amazing if you would do that. And if you want to leave comments, I always love chatting with you guys. So let me know your thoughts. If you were surprised by anything, if you put anything into wax, or, let's talk about bananas. That's like the curveball I didn't see coming. So, all right, you guys, I am out. Until next time, have a good one. I will see you guys soon.